Back up here in our PBS News booth, we're joined by a very special guest. I want to welcome in Colorado Governor Jared Polis being here with us. Thank you so much. It's good to see you.
It's a pleasure. It's fun to be able to watch some of these speeches from your point of view here. It's a great booth you have.
Thank you very much. Well, tell us a little bit about some of the speeches you've been taking in down here, the messages we're hearing from on the stage.
Yeah,
you spoke earlier today as well.
This was fun. I mean, this was kind of the past and the future, right?
Yeah.
You have Hakeem Jeffries, the speaker to be. I know him well. I served with him, but he's a new face for the American people. This is a great platform to talk about the future. You also have the blessing and the transition from the parental figures, right? From Nancy Pelosi, from Bill Clinton, the heroes of the past and now, right? With Nancy Pelosi being continually so active, a mentor for Hakeem Jeffries for the party, really making the case, drawing on the strength of the lessons of the past towards a prosperous future, a joyous future, and really leading the way to, of course, the exciting nomination tomorrow and speech of Kamala Harris.
Well, it's Minnesota Governor Tim Walz who is the headliner tonight. What is it that a governor brings to the ticket that you think is needed in Washington?
I was thrilled that Kamala Harris's first major decision pulled in a governor with the experience to make it happen. Governor is an executive role, right? It's a lot less partisan than some of the discussions you see in Congress and state legislatures. Look, governors deal with crises, they deal with fires, they deal with highways, they deal with crime. These are not partisan issues, and Tim Walz is somebody who rolled up his sleeves and got things done. He has experience, of course, in Congress, the lead in serving veterans, as Nancy Pelosi talked about. But he's somebody who's the executive experience day one to serve alongside Kamala Harris to help make her presidency successful.
You were speaking earlier today in another conversation and asked about some of the policies and proposals we've seen from the Harris-Walz ticket. You seem to indicate that some of what you've seen so far is a little bit too progressive for your liking. You said, would I like to see more competitive, pro-growth economic policy? Of course. So please correct me if I've mischaracterized your take on this, but tell us what specifically you would like to see from this ticket in the way of policy.
Well, look, and this is the beauty of the Big Ten, right? You have Adam Kinzinger, you have Republicans saying they support Kamala Harris. They agree with her on a lot less than I agree with her on, and I agree with her probably on 90% of her policies, right? Of course, I'm very excited about this transition from Joe Biden. I'm hopeful Kamala Harris will be a pro-growth president, continuing to lead on expanding markets for made in America, grown in America products, be the leader on the international stage here at home. I was excited to see the child tax credit, tax relief for the middle class as part of that economic proposal. We've done that in Colorado. We can do it nationally.
And yet, a potential future President Harris could not enact those proposals on her own. She'd need a Democratic House and Senate. Colorado is home to several competitive House races. Does having a Harris-Walz campaign make you more confident that they'll be able to claim those races?
Absolutely. We have Yadira Caraveo running hard, a first-term incumbent, won by only over 500 votes. Having Kamala Harris on top of the ticket is a big boost, right? This was, if you had asked me 3-4 weeks ago, I'd say it's an uphill battle, and I heard this from my friends running in competitive districts across the country. I would call it moving from an uphill battle to a dead heat for control of the House. That's where it stands today.
We've heard a lot from the speakers on stage, last night in particular and tonight as well, reminding people not to take this energy, this momentum for granted, that there's 76 days left now, and it feels like there's maybe a shadow of 2016 looming over this room a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what you think needs to happen, especially given, I want to reference a conversation Jeff Bennett had earlier with Congressman Clyburn, who basically said, buying TV ads isn't enough.
Yeah, you know, when it really 76 days is misleading, because in states like Colorado and many states that have mail-in ballots, it's 3-4 weeks before that those ballots hit and people start voting. So that election starts before you know it. I mean, we're talking 50 days, 55 days, people are going to start getting ballots. And of course, it goes right through the November election. But I mean, this is a mobilization of the Democratic Party soldiers here. These are the folks that are going to be going door to door, making the calls, working not only, of course, in the 7 or 8 competitive states that will likely determine the presidency, but also working in all those down ballot races, control of state legislatures, county officials, all of the different races that really make an important impact on the future of our country.
Colorado hasn't voted for a Republican for president since 2004. Is there anything for the Harris campaign to worry about this election cycle?
We got it. I mean, really, Colorado's a state where unaffiliated voters are a strong plurality. I mean, they're going to be a majority soon. They're 48% of the voters in our state. They'll be over 50 soon. But Donald Trump does not appeal to those voters, right? I personally don't understand his full appeal. He appeals to some people, but he's not the type of Republican that's competitive in Colorado. And frankly, Coloradans are excited about Kamala Harris's forward-looking, joyous vision for our future, and I'm confident she's going to win the state.
We heard former President Bill Clinton say that she would be a president of joy. This notion of campaigning on joy and hope and optimism. Help us understand why you feel like that's a resonant strategy.
You know, it's funny because that was actually a tenet in my campaign. I said we're going to have a joyous campaign. It was one of my 3 principles because this is hard work. I mean, running for office is hard. I think when you're having fun and those around you are part of that fun, people see that. People sense that. Kamala Harris is the right person and the right leader for the moment. She's leading us and she will lead with joy and with fun, right? Right from some of those coconut tree memes early on. Did you just fall out of the coconut tree? To, I'm sure, that what we're going to be hearing from her tomorrow night. She's going to take us along on, frankly, a ride that America needs, a ride of unity, a ride of joy, moving past the chaos and divided days of the past towards a brighter future.
Speaking of having fun, and you have to tell us the truth here, in your remarks, you quoted some Taylor Swift lyrics. Was that your idea?
It was, yeah. In fact, I got my little, there we go.
You're Swiftie.
Absolutely, I'm a Swiftie,
Okay.
and it was fun to bring that to the main stage.
We appreciate that. We appreciate your time. Colorado Governor Jared Polis, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.